Hello, wrestling fans. We are back again. This is Discuss Impact. I'm JaySin here with the true horror king, Gary. What's happening, Gary?
Not much, Jay. Hope everybody out there and you yourself have had a really good weekend. A lot of football going on. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a Saturday football game going on with Florida State. They won big, so good week.
Congratulations. And happy Veterans Day. Happy belated Veterans Day out there to everyone. Okay, we got a big show here. Well, not that big, We're going to do the usual Impact review, then a bit of an Overdrive preview, and talk about the betting odds which were released, which I think is incredibly cool as a psycho gambler. And I mean, it's another one of those things that like we haven't seen with Impact. Like I've seen that with AEW and WWE, of course, but it's the first time I've seen this for Impact, or at least one of the first few times or whatever. Get back to that in a minute. Want to mention I recently created a Facebook group. I think it's pretty cool, gaining members quickly. It's called JaySin's Group of Awesomeness. Not the greatest name, but I don't know. You could probably search that. It's JaySin, or just go by my name, JaySin Siniscalchi. And good luck spelling that one. Okay, now I'm going to let Gary comment on this one after. I was going to call this the Dummy of the Week, but I like this account, so I'm just going to change it to a, wait, what? Segment. And it goes to Impact Wrestling News, who tweeted either during or after the show, Bhupinder is a hell of a talent. I wouldn't be surprised if he's eventually a world title contender. Huh? Wait, what? Gary, thoughts? Is it me? Am I insane? I mean, let me just say, I like Bhupinder. I mean, I think he's a good, he has a good look, but I mean, this.
Yeah, he's got a promising future.
He had a squash match. What the hell?
Yeah, I like how they're trying to be enthusiastic about him, but
yeah,
I don't know. He's gonna have to do a lot of proving himself in the ring. Maybe having that 45-minute match, to kind of prove what skills he does have.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know if I want to picture that.
I do notice that he does have a really good high knee jump kind of thing going on, like CM Punk does. So I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe working on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to be all negative about anything to start up the show. I just saw that tweet that it was funny. I was like, what the hell, really? Bhupinder, like, is there another good jar on the show? But so Impact has action figures coming out. That's pretty big news. Impact tweeted about them. You can check it out. I know Jordan has one, and I can't tell who the hell the dude was. Maybe Eric Young. I don't know. Looks could be like.
Yeah, in the preliminary stages of those action figures, it's very hard to tell. Like I saw the Jordan Grace one, and I was like, yeah, but you're not putting enough muscle tone on her at all. I mean, this is a really jacked lady.
Oh, yeah.
Her look a little bit more intimidating, if you will.
Yeah, definitely very new. Also, didn't mention this, but wanted to lead the show off with it. One of my favorite endings in the history of wrestling, with PCO coming out of the grave after getting hit by lightning, and Gary can explain where this scene basically comes from.
Well, for my knowledge, from my history with Friday the 13th being my favorite series in all the horror, puts me very much in mind of Part 7, which was The New Blood. I think it was made by John Carl Buechler. He's no longer with us. He in the movie, there's a part in there where this telekinetic teenage girl drops a roof on top of Jason Voorhees, and it falls on him. And later we see it pan on the roof, and his hand comes like whopping up through the roof, and that really. That struck a chord with me when I seen that. It reminded me a lot of the way they ended this past Thursday's Impact. I don't know if you got the same kind of vibe. Maybe it reminded you guys out there. Maybe it reminded you of something else. But I was really liked the way they handled the end of the show. It had me hooked on this week's final show before Overdrive.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we've been talking about. I mean, having a hook at the end of the show. I mean, Gary's the goddamn horror king. I mean, throwing some horror in there. I don't know how much I can say I loved everything about this. Like, it was just absolutely perfect. See, to me, we talked about this before we went to air, but to me it was, I'm not as much as a Friday the 13th genius like Gary here, but it reminded me of the other one where his actual grave got struck by lightning, or he got struck by lightning in a grave, or
JaySin lives. Yeah, part 6.
yeah. So I mean, it basically happened twice. So they know where they're taking. They're taking good stuff, and they're taking it from Gary's favorite goddamn thing in the world. So pretty effing cool. And
not to mention, we're going to be getting a TV series sometime in 2023 on Peacock.
Oh yeah, Friday the 13th. Sorry,
Crystal Lake.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I don't want to make Impact fans excited there. That's about. Okay, so I complained a little about lack of great knockouts action in the last few weeks, but this show had pretty much all of it. Jordan and Giselle, and easily Giselle's best match. Masha returned. Chelsea leaves, which could quickly put Deanna back in the main event scene, and I forget what else. But well, did
you hear that
Hardcore Country?
Did you hear that Chelsea might not be going back to the WWE? I heard that she more or less said it's up to them if they want her back.
So she's just chilling for now.
Yeah, that's the way it's being written from what I'm seeing. Doesn't necessarily mean she's going back to the E until I see a contract like what happened with Mia Yim. It's not definite.
And congratulations to Deanna and Macklin, who just got married.
Oh, yes.
If it could not be me, I'm glad it was Macklin. You won, Macklin. You won this round. And now it's time for everybody's favorite new segment, Shooting on Stuff. This week, I was actually kind of stuck until like 20 minutes before we started recording. And thankfully, the NWA tweeted a bunch of pictures of Tyrus celebrating his NWA World Heavyweight Championship win. Tyrus, yes. The same Tyrus from Impact that was just, what was it, Impact? I don't know. Tyrus the dancing dinosaur guy. Tyrus the friggin', he's just bad. I mean, as I know there's people that'll talk about like his political stuff. I don't care about any of that. He's not good. He's not good at anything. Maybe he's a decent talker. He's incredibly overweight to the point of it being non-healthy. And that shouldn't be shown on television as a champion. That's literally been the last two champions. He beat another guy who was really big. I can't even think of his name, but whatever. And Nick Aldis got screwed. Nick Aldis was an awesome champion. He's out there blasting them back and forth. And I mean, they go with Tyrus of all people. And whatever, I can't believe I'm sticking up for Nick Aldis, but screw it. Bring Aldis to Impact. He had a great character, and he can, they need top kind of guys, and he could slide right into the main event scene. And my time is over. Gary, want to add?
Well, I'm going to add to it. I like how you come up with some top topics to discuss, and this is a big one with me too with the NWA because, there was a time ago when I remember we belonged to TNA Mecca, and there was kind of like a silent divide. Like some people liked Billy Corgan, and some people wanted Anthem. And I was one of those ones that wanted Billy Corgan back in the day, and and now I'm kind of glad that
I.
We went with Anthem. Not at the time, but now they bought us. And now with them in charge, I'm glad. I feel like in a better place knowing that Anthem isn't booking main events with Tyrus in the main event.
I mean, I do think things might have been a little different if he had the talent that he has at Impact. But I mean, yeah, I was with you. I was totally Team Billy. Everyone who talks about he's a creative guy. I mean, I do like the look of NWA. You know what I mean? They're probably the only people in the friggin' world that has an interesting kind of concept and look how they went old school.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I don't think it hurt to have that really damn good theme they had from Dawkins.
That helps.
That was a really good theme. I'm a big Dawkins fan back in the 80s, so I really like that theme.
Yeah, all those little things help. So let's get to the show now. And I mentioned we'll talk about the Overdrive card after the show, which is almost set, except for there's one X Division match coming up next week with Black Taurus and PJ Black. Also, a really cool match, which I just saw, called a Death Machines Double Jeopardy match with Sammy and EY. Although I got to say, a match with that kind of name should be on a special. All right.
Well, and the thing is, Sammy's going to be having to take on the rest of Violent by Design, too. Yeah. So I wonder if he's got a plan, maybe a Chris brother
Yeah,
Who knows?
could be Jake maybe. Okay. What's your grade for this show, or should I lead off with mine? Yeah, how about I'll lead off. I like this one a lot more than the last few weeks, although I do think there was too many matches, which we've complained about before. Like, you don't need 6 matches. But I'm going to go with an 8.1.
I'm gonna go slightly lower, just slightly. I'm gonna go with a 7.9. Just because there was a lot of story progression, and I thought some of the matches were kind of squashes here
Yeah,
and there.
yeah, that's my
And
kind of that's my kind of show.
I like a work rate kind of thing. As you know, I just would like to see some really good matches leading into a well, it ain't a huge pay per view, but like maybe we'll get that this week. So there's always optimism there.
Yeah, no, there should definitely be like a middle ground where you have the match, you have all the story stuff, but then you throw in at least one great match every show. And well, I'd say this one had a very, very good one. Not great, but very, very good. The Jordan match.
Yeah, very. That I think that's why that was my favorite match of the night, just because it was so back and forth. Uh, Giselle showed some things that I'm sure Jordan didn't know she had in her. But I thought Jordan worked very well with Giselle, so I would like to see more of that kind of thing in the future if we're able to on Impact TV.
Yeah, I was surprised. I did not think Giselle could do what she did. Like, not even, not even getting humiliated by Jordan. Because I mean, Jordan's incredible. Like, it's hard to hang with
Yeah.
Jordan, and like she more than hung with Jordan. So,
Well,
awesome job.
and I feel Giselle does a hell of a job selling a lot of the moves too. Like,
Yeah,
there's women that will get something done to them, like from someone bigger than them, and they'll like fall, but then they act like it doesn't really hurt. And
yeah,
whereas Giselle kind of sells it, makes it look like makes it look that much more devastating. I don't know if you get that vibe from her when you see her wrestle, or
yeah, definitely. And like it should be when you're getting slammed by someone like George Grace. You should sell the shit out of that. And she does. So very nice job there. Fun match. Definitely check that out. I was a little disappointed with the X Division matches because of the names, Bailey Miguel. But
yeah,
I
well, we've
could,
seen it before. I think is part of the problem. This again is the reason why we have issues with the currently thin roster. It's just because you kind of get to the point where you keep having the same wrestlers, just different scenarios.
yeah, pretty much. I was happy to see that. Ah, shit, I'm blanking on his name. The guy from Ring of Honor, Delirious, is coming back soon. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
nice.
I see he landed some kind of backstage role with MLW as well.
Okay, well, good for him. All over the place. And again, I'd like to see an MLW versus Impact show. What the hell, people? I mean, I don't think MLW is like killing it that much, and Impact isn't either, where they can't work together and put on a goddamn show or whatever. Um, okay, what do we got up next here? Let's see. God, I just got to mention again how much I love the PCO thing, just really fast. Okay, so I did like that Kenny King was sitting ringside.
Eating a bucket of popcorn.
Yeah, like they're finally giving Kenny like more of a character. So like to me, I don't know. I would just
He
guess that
looks like he's having fun in Impact. I don't know if
yeah,
he is, but he's selling it like he is. So,
yeah, I would guess that he's been. I don't know. I think we talked about this. Like he wasn't being used, or like he was
well,
basically a jobber, and now he's kind of they're showing more of his character. So maybe he's signed. Who knows?
yeah. Did you notice there's kind of some like ties there between Eddie and Kenny King? Like they're still talking about Honor No More. So I wonder if maybe they'll be joining each other as a tag team, maybe in
Yeah,
the future.
yeah, I'd be cool with that. Um, so yeah, this was a DQ at the end. Kenny popped up, and wait, did anybody get the win? Somebody move on here. Was this a
Oh yeah, Trey did.
okay?
He won via disqualification because I can't remember if something happened to where
Yeah, Kenny pushed Trey into the steps. I just I thought
yeah,
was,
that referee.
I thought it was one of those both guys get
Yeah,
both guys can't move on, but
you had mentioned before that Trey was going to face somebody at
yeah,
I'm not gonna say.
that's right. So Trey moves on to Overdrive to finals, which is cool, and without even saying who he's wrestling, which I happened to see by mistake because I saw the odds. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Trey is like the guy. Like when there's no one. I don't know. Like when they kind of need a champion, like why not just give it back to Trey? I feel like is that weird?
Well, this is where I wish we could have got. Who was the guy we had like last set of tapings? I think he's a British wrestler. He's a really good X Division star. Kind of reminds me of the villain a little bit, but just a little bit like a bigger stature.
Oh man, I'm blanking on the name.
Alex Zane. Is that his name?
Oh yeah, Zane. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't have him included in there, or did we? I don't think he was included. Was he in the tournament?
Don't think he was in this one. I think he was
which
previous. Is yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like timing and who knows what the hell. Who knows what the hell else goes on with the
locale and geographical issues maybe too. Because they're on
traveling and all that. Who knows? But I mean, I guess it's pretty. I like the whole what's been going on with the X division. Got Trey in there now. It would have been nice if Ace and Bay were in there, but I guess they got their whole tag team thing going, so no big deal. Okay, so the Bhupinder match, just got to quickly mention. He went against a dude named Sharp, who I don't want to pick on jobbers, but this was like the most jobberish looking jobber.
Gregory Sharp, yep.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, kind of looks, I don't know. Like, he didn't have like anything that made him look like he had any chance. What's like any nothing in his look.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me back in the '80s when you knew, like you first knew, like when Razor Ramon popped up. They have him face somebody that's like really terrible.
Yeah, like Mike Smith, like just the most boring name and just like boring ass outfit, but. Yeah, I mean, he does have a good look.
He's gotta be cocky or something. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah. Give them all something if they're jobbers. Give them all a little thing, whatever. But whatever. Gujar, I mean, he does look. I mean, I did bash him in the beginning there. He'll never be a goddamn main eventer. I'm sorry. The end. You can quote me. You can put that on a goddamn bulletin board somewhere. It's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like you can just tell by someone like the way they move and stuff. Like he's very like, I don't know, like too tall. Like I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what happens. But. This was actually me saying something nice about him. I mean, he has gotten better.
Oh yeah, he has a great look. I mean, he's in good shape. Real young lion. I don't know. Something's not clicking with him in our pro. Maybe it could be a lot. Maybe because he doesn't have that like a lot of enhancement talent like to get ready for. Just because like they stick him against guys that are kind of on the better side than he is, you know what I mean? Like maybe if we stuck him with, maybe you had him face people like Ziggy Dice or somebody like that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things. I mean, you could have had Rohit as his mouthpiece if you want to make him like a monster or something, or I don't know. I guess I mean he can talk a little bit. I'll be honest, I struggle sometimes. I'm not sure what he's saying all the time. I hate to be a dick, but it's just reality. I did like Heath and Rhino backstage, just telling Josh that Bully's like a dick or whatever. Like I love that everyone is like, on Bully. It's like, but like you said, it's too goddamn obvious at this point.
Yeah, they tell him that they've known Bully Ray for like over 20 years. He's a real piece of shit.
It's like that, but like I don't know, like I've said in the past, like it's just too. Like I said, Bully's definitely, his name is Bully Ray. He's obviously going to turn. And you said something like, no, it's too goddamn obvious. And now, like, everyone is saying he's a heel. Like, you know what I mean? Backstage. Yeah. So, like, I feel it's even, like, you're totally right.
Well, not to get off of what we're talking about, but did you notice backstage during the Macklin thing, somebody, Steve Slam on Twitter said he noticed a cameo by Johnny Impact.
What?
Yeah.
What, in the actual, like, walking by?
Yeah, he was, like, walking out of some office, and he was talking to some small blonde, looked like a wrestler. But
seriously? On the show?
He walked right out of there, and then he walked back in. I don't know if he was there visiting Taya.
Wow. Like it wasn't a big deal? Wow. Is he what? He's not with WWE, is he?
No, he's with, the last time I heard was AEW, so I don't know if maybe he shows up at Overdrive. I have no idea. I don't mean to get off track with it, but I just wanted to get that in there.
That would be very cool. I think most fans would love to see him back. And again, I mean, they need the friggin' depth and whatever else. And he's a big name. He can slot right back, basically, main event, wherever.
Well, when I see Steve Slam put something up on Twitter, I'm just gonna put it out there because he's a really credible source, and
I know the Italian dude.
Yeah, French.
Oh, French. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a stupid American. So basically, it's America or everything else.
Exactly.
But yeah, great fan there. Also, I like the stuff with Alicia. Got to mention Alicia from my boy Robles. She said, now everything's cool with us, but she doesn't believe everything's over with Eddie. Eddie kind of has that look in his eye, like, yeah, sure, hon. Like looking over her, like.
Yeah, well, I like how they're kind of still incorporating her in here, even though it's in little segues and stuff. I think this is I think it could lead to something like maybe our friend Robles is.
Oh my God. God. I know
maybe not like to the, main event scene, maybe, but there's going to be some storyline there. I just got a feeling.
Sorry, I know what it's leading to. Spoilers, everyone. Not actual spoilers, because this didn't actually happen, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen because it's just perfectly set up. PCO is going to kidnap Eddie's wife, maybe even, well, I was going to say murder, but you can't get away with that on TV, like unless it's in the undead realm, which maybe PCO can get into somehow. I mean, if he can rise from the dead, who the hell knows? Also, if PCO is rising from the dead, that kind of puts him into that, right? So he can like mess around with Rosemary, which I've been saying for months, you got to get those two together somehow, just for like pictures and advertisements, because that's how you sell shows, with those two goddamn faces and characters and the horror shit and Stranger Things and all the worlds right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see him interact with Maxie and Paler.
That's really a great one.
It'd be too cool.
I mean,
just the stature of the two, and
just the two of them as a group. I mean, how about those two? Just an intergender murder group. So we also had Chelsea versus Mickey, which this is another good match. Actually, totally, I'll be honest, I forgot about this match. I forgot how good it was. It was a very good match with a very nice amount of time. Mickey got the win, and it looks like Chelsea. Well, like you said, we don't know what's going on with Chelsea, but I believe she said she's going home.
Yeah, that's what was referred to, and I guess it was a play on something Mickey had said prior about her when she had gotten beat by Chelsea a while back. She had made the comment about home. But I see people around say that it doesn't necessarily mean WWE, even though they're kind of writing her off the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe she's kind of contemplating what she wants to do with her career after this set of tapings. Maybe she comes back reinvented.
Yeah, there's so many. There's so many things. Like, I didn't realize the bunny Allie from Impact, like, she was making a movie for the last few months or like a TV show or something.
Oh, really?
Nobody mentioned it. Like, nobody said anything. Now she's back this week on like Dynamite because he's the stupidest booker in the world. He just puts her back in a goddamn title match when she's been gone for months and nobody gives a shit about her. But yeah, that my point was, sometimes people just go make movies and shit. And it might be that, you know what I mean? Like, hey, maybe if it takes off, I'm gonna keep making movies and whatever. We'll see. Who knows? Chelsea's a great talent. Always nice to have her, and not bad looking either. So always nice to have her around. But we did get Masha back, so that's cool. And Taylor Wilde is back in the mix. So the Knockout's pretty much killing it. I was just a little mad that they kind of had like 2 weeks off where they weren't killing it, but now they're back to killing it this week.
Oh yeah, you had to been really pleased you yourself too, because I know how big you. I love the Knockouts. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more of the male persuasion kind of matches. I'm not gonna lie. But I totally get they do bring ratings, and I've been like, if they can deliver like that in the main event, geez, what the hell, stick them in the main event whenever you can.
I liked Macklin backstage looking for Scott and running into Tommy.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why. It made me think, like, why is Dreamer everywhere? Like,
now it's the case. He has to go through him now.
I will say, at least it's not an overdrive. So this is next week. Macklin versus Dreamer. He'll probably, I was gonna say smash him, but no, it'll probably be like a 10-minute match that he kind of just gets through. But whatever, I'll take it. As long as Macklin's winning. He kind of had a little losing streak that I didn't like there. So, what happened now? Bully Ray just destroyed my boy Zicky Dice. Kind of hurt a little bit. I'm a big Zicky fan.
Oh yeah, that at that one point, that's when Moose comes down and he low blows Bully.
Yeah, okay. Kind of missed where the whole Moose Bully thing came from, but again, so I mean, it looks like Bully is the bad guy here, but I mean, it could go either way. Who's the bad guy? Is it Moose? Is it Bully? I like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
questionable. Not sure what's going to happen. Sammy Callahan kidnapping a VBD guy. Pretty sweet. Then they got that's when they announced a double Jeopardy. It's the match is you have to make your opponent bleed before he goes for a pin, and thank you to 411 for that.
Oh
411
yeah.
Mania.
I
411
think
Mania.
I guess I missed that when he announced what it was called exactly.
Yeah, that must. I don't know if it was a backstage thing or if he did it exactly, but thank you 411mania.com. Great site. Okay, when got to mention. Oh yeah, sorry, the Giselle thing. Cool video for Kazarian. If anyone didn't see that, check that out. It's on Impact YouTube. Basically doing the thing like we've been saying about how we wanted it to be Daniels instead. No offense to Kazarian, but like the whole thing about how he's won every title, not the world championship. Great video.
The more you address that and bring that up, like on the last few episodes we've done, I just kind of feel like there's some merit to it because, I mean, they keep going into the history of Kazarian, how his path was always successful, but he could never get to that next echelon of a championship like the world title, and just I don't know, just the way the packaging feels, it just feels like something's cooking when it comes to what's going to go down at it's Overdrive. I keep thinking it's called Override. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I've been messing up with the letters. Overdrive, one word or two words, but whatever. It's Overdrive. And what do we have? What the hell was the main event for the show?
Oh, the women.
You're gonna make me look it up, you bastard. Oh, it was the Giselle match. Oh shit. Okay. So we talked. Okay, so we talked about that already, but we didn't. Then Masha came out and took out Jordan with her finisher.
Jordan set a bunch of chairs.
Yeah, though that was cool, and because I was thinking, like, who the hell else can Jordan face? Like, as of right now, like, there's really nobody in the picture.
Well, I like it because it throws a lot of egg on people's faces for like the fans that were out there or the people that watch it. That Masha wasn't happy and we were right now the show. And I mean, it was being done for a reason, it's theatrics reason. You want to get that when she comes back, you want to get that moment with her standing tall over Jordan, whether it's by hook or by crook,
Yeah, not to brag, but pretty much said exactly that. You have to keep her off TV for a little bit,
Yeah.
Or else it's stupid. And hang on. Got mail. Oh, it's been a while. Let's see what we got in the mailbag. Okay, hang on a second, Gary. Let's just see what we got here. Let me open this one up. Hey, dummy. How does it feel being thrown off of Twitter? LOL. Love always, Trevor Dame. Okay, well, probably should have checked that one before reading it. F you, Trev. Also, it hurts, to be honest, okay? But Facebook is really cool, and I've met a lot of nice people. Also, if you want, you can give me a follow on there. I'm a nice guy. I'm super nice guy Jay on Facebook. Gary can attest to that.
Oh, yeah, he's a cool dude.
Totally different.
Follow New Yorkers. That doesn't hurt.
Totally different. Not a lunatic there. All right, let's see if we missed anything. Oh, did we get Joe Hendry? Jesus.
Didn't that kick off the show?
Yeah,
which was kind of surprising. They kicked off a show with a digital media championship with Brian Myers.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it now, and I think they would have kicked it off with the X Division match, but the DQ.
They might have listened to me too, because I just said last week they've been doing that every week. They've been
what? Yeah, the X Division, right?
Yeah, they've been doing the X Division every week.
I've been saying they've had the knockouts there almost every week, like before that. So hey, good for them. They're totally mixing it up now. I mean,
yeah,
pretty soon we'll have nothing to complain about. I mean, this is the DMC they're putting first. I mean, I don't like the idea of a title match first, but I don't know.
Well, I guess wasn't it official? Brian Myers had just passed Matt Cardona as longest reigning digital media champion, and then he loses it the week. They
Yeah,
made a big stink about it.
I liked it. I mean, also, there's also the whole Cardona and Myers
Oh
take.
yeah,
I mean, they're going for the tag titles at
oh yeah.
what's his name? So I wish they could have did this a little differently with the timing, where it wasn't like they're kind of giving it to Hendry because they didn't want what's his name to have be in two title shots at once. But whatever, Hendry gets the win, and that's cool. He gets a title when he comes in pretty quick, and I mean he's over as hell. His songs are fucking funny as shit, and yeah, I mean he's a good guy to have around. And I wouldn't have said that years ago, but I don't know. I feel like the singing thing like kind of works even better now with like social media, and I don't know. Everybody likes fucking singing these days, I feel like. What about you? Do you like Hendry more now than you did? This goes for
Well,
you and anyone listening.
to be fair, back when we had Grotto on our roster, I was kind of losing my place with Joe Hendry, but
Yeah, it
like
was a rough time.
this is exactly what we need right now. We need, and he's over like crazy everywhere we've gone since he's been back. I actually like it. It might bring the cross eye appeal for the show.
Yep.
I think it could get some women to watch because he's a younger guy, good
Mm-hmm.
shape. Kind of has that Eli Drake look to him a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a good call. I'm glad Scott. That's why I like Scott more so much because he thinks outside the box. Like he got us Big Joe there for VBD.
Yeah. Joe, hopefully he's
Yeah,
getting better or gonna get better. Haven't heard anything on that, but
landing talent that a lot of people are forgetting all about, which I really like.
well, I think he kind of has to think, kind of
Yeah,
think out of the box and get talent that
but
isn't
I
getting.
think that's like his years of being in the industry is where
Oh
we
yeah.
sell is because of Scott Demore.
One thing that worries me and has always has and always will. Scott Demore kind of loves Double J.
Yeah,
He's kind of like a Double J disciple, and I
oh
don't
yeah,
know.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I feel like anyone who trusts Double J that much has to be kind of an idiot. But I don't know. All right, so that's it for this episode. No, that was it for that episode. But now let me mention the betonline.com betting odds for the Overdrive special. I will mention every match except the X Division match because they have a spoiler in there for that match. So the Impact Knockouts tag team match is the Death Dolls, who are minus 200 against Tasha and Savannah, which means they're decent small favorites. They're the smallest favorites of the night. So if I was going to bet, I would probably bet on Tasha, just based on the odds. It looks like Tasha and Savannah have a better chance. Then you got the World Championship match, Josh versus Kazarian. Josh, huge favorite in that match. Huge. Minus 600. Biggest of the night. So, actually, no, Mickey's 1,000. So that's even bigger. But Josh and Mickey pretty much can't lose based on the odds. Then they got the major players beating Heath and Rhino and winning the titles. And minus 400. So, pretty good odds on that. And then Mickey James minus 1,000 against Taylor Wilde. I mean, it should be minus 100 or whatever. I'm not getting into the whole odds thing, but I'm just talking about who's the big favorite here. And then Bully Ray, big favorite over Moose, which kind of surprised me. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that? Will you be mad if Bully Ray beats Moose?
Maybe. Well, kind of on the fence because it wouldn't be a shameful thing if he gets beat by such a seasoned veteran like Bully, but then again, the man is 52, I think, something like that, and Moose is still, he's still got a lot in the tank, so I don't really know what to think on that one. I mean, because I could see it going to like a rubber match maybe, and then have Moose, maybe defeat Bully, kind of get the upper hand, kind of still making Bully look tough. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea that I don't know what's going on with Bully, but like it changes in a few months or weeks. So like Bully can win here, and then Moose can kind of be seen as like the better guy when he beats Bully, or something like that, or a bigger heel when he beats Bully. When Bully's like an open face, I don't know. I guess we'll see what the hell happens with Bully, which nobody knows. And yeah, okay, that was it for the odds. Bully was minus 400 on that one, which not huge favorite, probably second closest with the tag title match and the X Division match, which I won't name. And that's it for that. And next week on Impact, we got Sammy versus EY in that crazy ass Death Machine Double Jeopardy. PJ versus Taurus in the X Division tournament to move on to the finals. Macklin versus Dreamer because Tommy Dreamer loves wrestling and needs to be on a show every now and then. And then Jessica versus Tasha, which, I don't know. Not really enjoying Jessica, to be honest.
No.
I think we mentioned it before the show. Gary, you don't get
Well,
you?
Me either, but my problem with it is knowing the kind of like not knowing the unknown. I know I seen a recent article or two on Tasha, and she mentioned something about having her big moment, like a mania moment.
Yeah.
And that kind of scared me because she's like probably now if Chelsea's on the blank or whatever.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like one of my favorites in the female knockouts, and I just don't want to lose her. But I totally would get it if she wanted that bigger moment because I mean she's a 2-time knockout champion, right?
Yeah. And again, I mean I don't know if anyone remembers the whole Rosemary scenario, but like Tasha how long's Tasha been around? 2-3 years?
Yeah, probably about the norm for anyone that's not like heavily committed. That's kind of like a mainstayer.
She's probably been what less than half the time Rosemary's been around.
Yeah,
and Rosemary's a one-time world champion. Like that was my whole thing with her. Like it just really pissed me off. Like I love Tasha, but like if you're around for that many years and you're a one-time goddamn world champion and you're the greatest character ever, like you're failing. Sorry, like Impact failed with her, and I don't say that often, but my hesitant thing with Tasha, I just don't think she's going to leave because she's, no offense, I should never bring up a woman's age, but she's 35.
And, is she?
Yeah.
And I didn't know she was that old.
And it's WWE, which, to them, that's like 70 when it comes to women. Because
that's old, but 35, you're kind of getting on.
I mean, for a women's wrestler, yeah. I mean, for a women's wrestler in WWE, yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, Impact.
Yeah, if she ever listens, I just don't want her to think.
Yeah, no.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah, no. And to be honest, we both think you're smoking hot, Tasha, if you happen to be listening to this, which is, probably shouldn't mention that, but we're not bashing you at all. I just want to totally be aware of that. And women's ages, and I didn't want to mention, but like I don't see her going to WWE just because of that.
Women their age, Jay.
Oh yeah, not tell me about it. But I don't think she's going to end up going to WWE, but we'll see what happens, and that's about it. I don't know. The Death Dolls, I feel like it's not working.
Well, I do have some added info we could throw in here on the podcast tonight.
Yeah, go nuts. Oh yeah, well, first of all, if you haven't, subscribe to Gary's goddamn channel, Gary's Horror Movie Emporium or whatever.
Which is currently hiatus because the winter season's not far away, and
He'll be back.
I never know when I'm going to be able to do it in the winter because I get stuck shoveling and a lot of snow blowing and everything. But
just subscribe anyway.
Yeah. Well, back to what was regularly scheduled program here. For tomorrow. I guess they go on sale tomorrow morning for the Windsor show on March 24th and 25th. They're selling tickets. They're the limited edition. The perk is a filled titanium package for front row for both nights, and
nice.
A commemorative photo op and exclusive photographs. So that's what
nice.
you get on these first ticket sales, and then I imagine they'd probably do the general admission, going after, or within the week. So
very nice. So okay, we're probably not going to be reviewing next week's episode, right? Because
Overdrive, yeah, probably looking at Sunday again. It seems to go pretty good for us.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be doing Sundays from now on. But that can change, and we will be a weekly thing no matter what. We haven't missed a goddamn week since Gary came on board, and I think we're doing pretty good, and we're on all kinds of apps and stuff and getting nice listeners. More comments would be nice, but we pretty much get a new comment from like a new fan every week, and I don't know. I think that's like super cool.
We might want to mention too. It's a bit of a well, it's a lot of a don't know. It's the anniversary of the death of Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah.
Happened 17 years ago today. I thought I'd throw it in there.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, pound for pound, probably one of the, if not the greatest wrestler of all time.
Yeah, and Jesus God, what a character.
Oh yeah, great wherever he was.
Gone way too soon. Sorry, since we're gonna end it on a very sad note, I also have to throw in that the Batman voice actor Kevin Gilroy.
Oh yeah, and comedian Gallagher died.
Oh no! Oh God! Gallagher!
Yeah, I
Oh,
couldn't
you
believe
just
that. I
killed
used
my.
to watch a lot of his
Oh,
things on HBO.
my childhood just died.
You didn't know that?
Oh, no. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at someone's death, but Gallagher.
Me too, because I was like, did I hear that right?
Everyone, if you're out there, Google Gallagher. One of the world's greatest.
Yeah.
One of the world's greatest guys who hit things and smashed them on stage. I really don't know what he did, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, I put him up there with George Carlin. And would they say he was like the number 1 comedian? Like when
Really? I didn't know that.
On the scene, he was like the biggest box office at the time, from like the 80s into the 90s.
See, I mostly just knew him as the guy who smashed.
Yeah, he's very successful. I mean, I guess he is even bigger than Carlin, I guess.
Well, I mean, hey, to me, that's like a wrestling kind of thing. Like, if you can smash watermelons, you know what I mean? Like, if you can just do one thing that people like, you know what I mean? Like, get you over. Maybe wrestling can steal from that. Have somebody smash watermelons or some shit. Macklin, just sitting in the back, smashing watermelons. I don't know. All right, that's it for us. We'll be back for the Overdrive review, and who knows what else that day. Maybe some extra thing. We have a segment, the independent wrestling segment, coming up soon.
Yeah, be sure to get on Impact Plus this Friday. Subscribe to Impact Plus or Ultimate Insiders on YouTube, and don't be left out.
Also, watch the goddamn shows on Access if you can, so we can get back in the goddamn ratings place.
Yeah,
because if Impact doesn't have good ratings, then we don't have good views. I mean, it's just numbers, people. The amount of people watching, no one's going to listen to a pod. Well, I guess people might listen to a podcast that isn't. You know what? Screw all that. Just listen to us. Forget about Impact. We'll tell you everything that happened. No, that's not good promoting. Yeah, also watch Impact. Okay.
Oh, we're the podcast that do things just a little bit.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. See, it used to be we would keep it positive, but I just can't. I'm not that positive anymore. So, yeah, we do things a little differently. And that's it. We will see you next week. Have a great weekend and enjoy the show, Overdrive and Impact and whatever else. And check out my Facebook.
Let's get it record buy rates, guys.
Hell yeah. See you next time.
Good night.